It's way over there, honey. It's right there.
Jason?
It's not moving.
Jason, can you come here?
Hey, it's coming. Oh my God, look at it. Chris, it's really, come on.
This is not what I wanted to see. I really didn't.
Yeah, we can flip around and go 1 mile south.
Oh my God.
A string of deadly tornadoes has ravaged Oklahoma and parts of Oklahoma City. Children have been trapped in elementary schools. Now, we don't know whether there's any credence to this report right now. Basically, the problem is that a lot of these buildings have collapsed and there are people trapped inside those buildings, and that's what the main rescue effort right now is focused on.
Thank you, God. Jay, if it's still windy, I want you to stay.
Okay. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Wow.
Good morning, everybody. A series of storms swept across the plains yesterday, and one of the most destructive tornadoes in history sliced through the towns of Newcastle and Moore, Oklahoma. In an instant, neighborhoods were destroyed. Dozens of people lost their lives. Many more were injured, and among the victims were young children trying to take shelter in the safest place they knew, their school.
Recovery efforts underway in Oklahoma, and the Oklahoma City Medical Examiner cutting the estimated death toll to 24 from 51. Is there still hope for more survivors, Lieutenant Governor?
Certainly. We will have hope all day long. We'll have faith all day long. You probably reported already, Wendy, but throughout the midnight hour, we found 101 survivors last night. So that was great encouragement to the first responders. Credit to them, those that were digging through the rubble and looking for shelters and just looking for people that were buried but yet still alive.
I have a home daycare. I went up to Briarwood Elementary and picked up all my daycare children and got them all down into the cellar. So everyone from my center was safe.
On the phone right now is Tony McCarty. He is a paramedic, a first responder. From your vantage point on the ground, it's a little bit of a different sight. Tell us what you saw as you were working through the night.
What you see, what we saw yesterday in the daylight, and then what we see at night is totally different. It's so much more dangerous for all of us at night that we really scale back our operations. There will be foundations with nothing on it, and then there will be piles of rubble that are as high as 10, 15 feet.
The day after a tornado tore through here in Moore, Oklahoma, a suburb of Oklahoma City, the hot topic of discussion is that many people here don't have tornado shelters or even basements. One woman whose family owned what was a Chinese restaurant here told us her parents survived by riding out the storm in their walk-in freezer.
As you can see, everything is gone, but the refrigerator is still standing there.
One mother of three told us that she ran to her neighbor's house to share their basement because her rental doesn't have a shelter.
A lot of the houses in Moore doesn't have storm shelters, even though I think it'd probably be a lot more safer, but it worked out great that she had one.
Now the question here is, as you say, why now?
Right.
And the answer is, no one knows. Tornadoes are among the most violent and unpredictable weather events there are. I mean, they're sort of earthquakes of the air. We can tell the broad conditions that lead to their creation. Thunderstorms moving from west to east. Cold air being brought down, sucked down from the polar regions in Canada by the jet stream as it moves across. Warm, moist air coming up from the Gulf. And it's the clash of these three things that can, under the right circumstances, produce a violent tornado. And, they often have no more than 10, 15 minutes warning of one of these events.
She was the sunshine on a rainy day. She was just a big ball of energy, She was lovable. You could not love her. She was just Janae, you know. She's always going to be with me. She was loved, and she was love.
The cleanup continues overnight in Moore, Oklahoma, amid the devastation. Good morning. Welcome to the News Hub. I'm Rolf Winkler. First, I want to ask you, this was upgraded to a 200 to an EF5. Tell us about that. These are exceptionally rare tornadoes.
Yeah, this is only the 59th confirmed EF5 or F5 under the old scale, so that's more than 200 miles an hour. You know, at that level, you're talking about entire buildings being wiped away, even well-built buildings.
Most tornadoes that come across, whether they be EF1 to EF3, you can protect yourself in your own home, basically taking those tornado procedures. This is the anomaly that flattens everything to the ground.
The numbers of this event are becoming even more staggering. 33,000 people affected, 12 to 13,000 homes impacted, property damages $1.5 to $2 billion. Obviously, this is a significant event, and it's one that's going to take us a while to address. This is going to be a tough weekend for us as we bury those children who died in the elementary school and the rest of our citizens who fought from the storm and just couldn't evade the terror.
There was a daycare or pediatrics clinic next door with about 8, 10, 12 kids in there. The kids, they came out, when they came out, they just looked in shock, you know, not really comprehending all that had gone on. All they could do was just hold on to your hand and look around.
And there's just no explaining?
No explaining. How do you explain that? Huh? Except you're here. And all of this will be rebuilt.